Hello, this is Janila, the person behind Crafty Crochet Castle, and in this video I'm going to show you the pattern to crochet the Snowman and Snowwoman wind spinner. These are fun little patterns and make cute decorations. The instructions in this video are beginner friendly. I hope you will crochet this along with me. The Snowman and Snowwoman wind spinner has same head, scarf, body, arms but different hats. The Snowman has a top hat and the Snowwoman has a Pom Pom Hat. They stretch up when you hang it up. To crochet these wind spinners, I'm using worsted weight yarn in 4 colors, 4.5 mm crochet hook, scissors, yarn needle, stitch markers. You can use safety eyes instead of black yarn and needle, and you would need some polyfill stuffing as well. The details are in the description box below. First, let us crochet the nose for our snowman. So I'm starting with my orange yarn. I'm going to do a slip knot. To do a slip knot, I'm going to wrap the yarn around my 2 fingers like this and cross it at the point where both the yarn meets. Next, I'm going to pinch it at this point, insert my hook inside this, yarn over and bring up a loop and pull this tight. So now we have made a loop on the hook. Make sure the loop is tight so that our tension is good, and then we can start working our chains. To do a chain, I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. So there we made our first chain. For the pattern of the nose, I'm going to do a total of 3 chains. So here I'll be doing 2 more chains. So now on the second chain from the hook, so this is the first chain from the hook and this is the second chain from the hook. Here I will do a slip stitch. To do a slip stitch, I'm going to insert my hook in here, yarn over, bring a loop, and I'm going to bring the loop through the loop on the hook. This stitch is called as the slip stitch. Now we'll have 1 more chain remaining over here. In this chain I will do a single crochet. To do a single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook in here, yarn over and bring a loop. So now I'll have 2 loops on my hook. I'll yarn over and bring the loop through both the loops on the hook. So this is called as a single crochet, and here we have finished the nose for our snowman. So I'm going to finish it off over here. To finish it off, I'm going to trim the yarn over here. Next, I'm going to yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook all the way through and tighten this up. So there we have completed the nose. Now let us crochet the head of our snowman. So I'm taking my white yarn. First, I'm going to do a magic circle. To do a magic circle, I'm going to wrap the yarn around 2 fingers like this and cross it over at the point where both the yarn meets. Next, I'm going to pinch it at this point, take my fingers out of the loop over here, insert my hook through this, yarn over and bring up a loop. Now instead of pulling this tight, I'm just going to hold it here and do a yarn over and pull through the loop. So there we have formed our magic circle. This ring is adjustable and we'll be working a round 1 inside this. For round 1, I'll be doing 8 single crochet inside this ring. So for the pattern of the head, we'll be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round unless I mention it. After completing 8 single crochet, our project looks like this. Now we can pull this tail to close the opening. And there we have completed our round 1. Now let's start working on round 2. For round 2, I'll be doing 2 single crochet in every stitch around. So this is my first stitch over here. In this stitch, I will do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And in my next stitch, I'll do 2 single crochet in the same stitch as well. And I will repeat this for the entire round. This round will have a total of 16 single crochet. I'm going to use a stitch marker to mark the end of each round. Now let's start working on round 3. For round 3, in my very next stitch over here, I'll do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And I will do 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So this will be the pattern for the round. The pattern is 2 single crochet in my next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. I'll repeat this pattern for the entire round, and this round will have a total of 24 single crochet. Now for the next 5 rounds, that is from round 4 to round 8, I'll be following the same pattern. The pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Each round will have a total of 24 single crochet. So I suggest you to complete a round, move the stitch marker to the last stitch of that round, and then complete a total of 5 rounds in this manner. If you do not have a stitch marker, and if you're counting it in your head, you can do a total of 120 stitches, and I'll meet you after I'm done with 5 rounds. After completing round 8, our project looks like this. Now let's work on round 9. For round 9, I'm going to start with a single crochet decrease. To do a single crochet decrease, I'm going to insert my hook in the stitch, yarn over, and bring a loop. Instead of finishing this single crochet, I'm going to insert my hook inside the next stitch, yarn over, and bring up a loop. So now I'll have 3 loops on the hook worked across 2 stitches on the bottom. I'm going to yarn over and bring a loop through all 3 loops on the hook. So this stitch is called as a single crochet decrease or single crochet 2 together. We have worked up on 2 stitches, but we have completed it as 1 stitch. So now after single crochet decrease, I will do 1 single crochet in my next stitch. So this will be the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern is a single crochet decrease followed by a single crochet in the next stitch. I'll be repeating this for the entire round, and this round will have a total of 16 stitches. After completing round 9, I'm going to put a pause to my project so that we can finish the face details for our snowman. So you can use safety eyes if you would prefer that, or you can use a black yarn and needle to embroider the eyes. So I'm going to embroider the eyes in round 5. If you're using safety eyes, you can use it between round 4 and 5. Next, I'm going to embroider the mouth. I'll be embroidering the mouth in round 8. Next, we can attach the nose in between round 6 and 7. So you can use a yarn needle and sew this up as well. After attaching the nose, let's fill the head up with some polyfill stuffing. Now let us work on the last round, which is round 10. For round 10, I will do single crochet decrease 8 times. After my 8th stitch over here, I'm going to join with a slip stitch in my next stitch and finish off over here, leaving a long tail. Now let us see how to close this opening. For that, I'm going to thread the tail in a yarn needle, and I'm going to run the needle through the front loops remaining of all the stitches remaining in the last round. So this is the front loop. I'll be inserting my needle through all the front loops over here. So once we run our needle through all the stitches, pull this tight. So there our opening has closed. Now secure this with a knot. So make sure to crochet one more snowman head if you're doing a snowman pair. Now let us crochet the scarf for a snowman. For that, I'm taking my red yarn. I'll start off with a slip knot followed by 42 chains over here. I've already shown you how to do a slip knot and chains, so make sure to do that and meet me after you've done 42 chains. So now let's start row 1 for our scarf. So for row 1, on the third chain from the hook, this is the first chain, second chain, and this is the third chain. So in this chain I will be doing 1 half double crochet. To do a half double crochet, I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook in the third chain, yarn over and bring up a loop. So now I'll have 3 loops on my hook. I'll yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. So this stitch is called as the half double crochet. Now I'm going to do 1 half double crochet each in the next 5 stitches. Now I'm going to do chain 2 over here, and I'm going to skip 2 chains on the bottom. So I'm going to skip first chain, second chain, and on the third chain I will do a half double crochet. Now I'll work 1 half double crochet each in the remaining chains over here. So this is going to be a repetitive stitch for the entire row. So I'll meet you after I complete half double crochet for all the chains remaining in this row. After completing the last half double crochet, our scarf looks like this. Now I'm gonna finish off over here. Now let us add fringes to this side and the other side of the scarf. To add fringes, I'm going to take 2 strands of yarn. I'm going to fold it like this, and I'm going to insert my hook through the half double crochet stitch over here. Next, I'm going to put the loop in the hook, yarn over and bring the loop across. The tail end will be on the other side of the stitch over here. Next, I'm going to yarn over and pull all the strands through the loops over here. Once we have all the stitches, you can tighten this up. So there we have added fringes to this end of the scarf. You can trim it off. Make sure to add fringes to the other side as well and crochet 1 more scarf. Now let us crochet the top hat. I'm starting with a black yarn. I'll do a magic circle followed by 8 single crochet inside the ring. This round will have a total of 8 single crochet. For the pattern of the top hat also, we'll be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round unless I mention it. For round 2, I'll do 2 single crochet in every stitch around. This round will have a total of 16 single crochet. At the end of round 2, I'm going to join with a slip stitch to my very first SC over here. Now let's work on round 3. For round 3 I will do chain 1, and this time I'll be working only on the back loops. So this is the front loops and this is the back loops. When we are working a stitch, we'll work on both the loops, but for this entire round we'll be working on the back loops only. So I will do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. This round will also have a total of 16 single crochet. Because we've used only the back loops only, we have this beautiful ridge over here. Remember, we have a chain 1 over here, so skip this chain 1 and work on the single crochet for the next round. So for the next round, which is round 4, I will do a single crochet decrease first, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. I'll be repeating this pattern for the round. The pattern is single crochet decrease followed by 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. This round will have a total of 12 stitches. I'll be changing my color over here. So to change the color, I will use the last stitch in this round. I'm going to change my color to red over here. To change the color, I'm going to work the last stitch over here. Instead of finishing this single crochet with a black yarn, I'm going to bring my red yarn over here and I'm going to finish up this single crochet with the new color yarn. So there we have changed color. Now I'll be working my round 5. I'll do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. And for the next round, which is round 6, I'll be working on the black yarn. So in the last stitch of round 5, I'll be changing my yarn to black once again. So there we worked 1 round in red. You can choose to work in the same color as well. So for round 6, I'll be working only on the front loops only. This stitch is called the front loops only. Round 6, I'll be working 1 single crochet worked in the front loops only for this entire round. Now for the last round, which is round 7, I'll be working 2 single crochet in every stitch around. After completing 24 single crochet, I'm going to join with a slip stitch and finish off over here, leaving a long tail. We can finish off the other yarns as well. So there we have crocheted the top hat for a snowman. Now let us crochet a pom pom hat for a snowwoman. So I'm going to leave a long tail over here, do a slip knot followed by chain to 10. So on the third chain from the hook, I will do a half double crochet, and I will do one half double crochet in the remaining chains. So there we've completed row 1. Now let's work on row 2. For row 2, I will do chain 2, turn my work over, and this time I'll be working only on the back loops. So I will do one half double crochet in each stitch worked in the back loops only. So this round will also have a total of 8 half double crochet. So there we have this beautiful ribbing over here. Now for row 3, I'll do chain 2, turn my work over, and this time I will work one half double crochet in the front loops only for every stitch over here. So this stitch is called as the front loop, and this is the back loop. I'll be working in the front loops only. Now we have the ribbing on the other side as well. The side with the ribbing will be on the outside of the hat, and this side is the wrong side for the hat. So now I'm going to repeat row 2 and 3 4 more times till I reach row 11, and I'll meet you after I complete row 11. After completing 11 rows, our pom-pom hat looks like this. One side has many ridges over here, and the other side looks like this. This is the wrong side. So now after completing 11 rows, I'm going to finish off over here, leaving a long tail. So now let's see how to finish this into a hat. So I'm going to thread this tail in a yarn needle. Fold the rectangle in half so that the rib side is facing outside, and you can sew these two sides together. I'm going to use only the back loops in one side, and I'm going to sew it like this. So once you have sewn the sides, you can secure it with a knot over here. So there we have a little ribbed edge to this side as well. Now let's close the top of the hat. To close the top of the hat, I'm using the same yarn, and I'm going to do running stitches over here along the top edge. So once you've put running stitch across all the edges, pull this tight. So our hat opening has closed. You can secure this with a knot as well. So we have completed the hat. You can fold this edge of the hat like this so that it looks nice and beautiful, and you can attach a pom-pom to the top of the hat if you would prefer that. To do a small pom-pom, I'm going to take my white yarn and I'm going to wrap it around my two fingers like this several times. You can also use a pom-pom maker, but if you don't have a pom-pom maker, you can try this method. Once you've wrapped it around a few times, you can trim the yarn over here and carefully remove it and place it. Make sure it does not come out. Now take another piece of white thread and cut it out. Place this on top of the white thread and secure it in the center with a knot. So now once you have secured it, make sure to cut out all the folded edges over here. So make sure to cut all the yarn. You can fluff this out and trim it off. You have made a tiny pom-pom. You can brush this out to separate the strands so that a pom-pom looks very fluffy as well, and then you can attach it on top of a hat. Now let us crochet the hands. I'm going to start with my red yarn. I'll do a magic circle followed by 4 single crochet inside the ring. This is going to be my round one. For the pattern of the hands, we'll be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round unless I mention it. Now let's work on round 2. For round 2, I'll do 2 single crochet in my next stitch. Followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. I'll repeat this pattern one more time. The pattern is 2 single crochet in my next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. This round will have a total of 6 single crochet. Make sure to turn the right side outside before you move on to the next round. So for the next round, which is round 3, I'll do a single crochet decrease first, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. I'll be repeating this pattern one more time for the round, and this round will have a total of 4 stitches. I'll be changing my yarn color to white in the next round, so at the last stitch of the round 3, I'll be changing my color to white. Now let's begin working round 4 in white. For round 4, I'll do 2 single crochet in my next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. I'll repeat this pattern one more time for the round, and this round will have a total of 6 stitches. This round is similar to round 2. For the next 4 rounds, that is from round 5 to round 8, I'll be following the same pattern. The pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Each round will have a total of 6 single crochet, and I'll meet you at the end of round 8. Now let us work on the wind spinner body. So I'm starting off with a slip knot followed by chain 31. You can meet me after you complete 31 chains. Now on the second chain from the hook, I will do a single crochet, and I will do 1 single crochet in each of these stitches. This row will have a total of 30 single crochet, and for the pattern of the wind spinner body, we'll be working in rows. I'll meet you once when I complete all 30 single crochet. Now let us work on row 2. For row 2, I'll start off with chain 3, and I will turn my work over. This chain 3 is to be considered as a double crochet. Now I'll work 2 double crochet in the same stitch. From now on, we'll be following the repeat pattern for all the stitches in this row. The repeat pattern would be a chain 1 and 3 double crochet in my next stitch. So I've completed 1 repeat pattern. I'll do this for all the stitches in this round, and I'll meet you after I complete row 2. This is how our work looks at the end of row 2. Now let's start working on row 3. For row 3, I'll start off with chain 5. Turn my project around, and I will skip the 2 double crochets over here. So in the next chain 1 space, I will do a slip stitch. So this will be the repeat pattern for the round. The repeat pattern would be a chain 5, skip the 3 double crochets, and do a slip stitch in the next chain 1 space. So I'll be repeating this for the entire row, and I'll meet you when I'm at the last stitch over here. Now we are at the last repeat pattern for this row. I'll do chain 5 here. I will skip 2 double crochets here, and on the last double crochet, which would be a chain 3 over here, I will do a slip stitch and finish off over here, leaving a long tail. You can add fringes to this end of the spinner body and you can arrange it. Now let us assemble the snowman. So first I have 2 snowman heads over here and a top hat and a pom-pom hat. So for one of the head, I'm going to take this top hat, position it in place on top of the head and sew it up. I'm going to use the long tail from the top hat, and while sewing it up, I'm going to use these loops to attach it. The back loops remaining in this round. In the same manner, I'm going to take the pom-pom hat. Make sure to fold your hat like this, place it on top, and you can sew it up over here. I'm going to sew it up along this side. Make sure to add a little stuffing inside your hats so that the hat retain its shape. Stuff very lightly. So here I have completed the Snowwoman wind spinner. So the next step is to attach the head on top of a wind spinner body, and then we are going to attach the arms on the first layer of a spinner body, and then the scarf, we're going to sew it between the head and the body. So here I'll be taking my head, I'll be positioning the wind spinner body like this at the center, and using the tail from the head, I'll be sewing it up along one side. Weave the tail in. Next, I'll be attaching the arms onto the side of our body like this. You do not have to stuff these arms, just fold it and sew along both the sides over here and then onto our body. I'll meet you after I attach the arms. So here I have attached the arms to the first round of our wind spinner body. I flattened it out and attached it. The last step is to fix the scarf over here. So I'm going to take my scarf, wrap it around the head of our snowman, and through this small chain 2 space over here, I'm going to insert the other end of the scarf. So you can sew the scarf under our head over here and attach it in place, and you can also sew it onto the body so it stays firm in a place. So I'll meet you after I sew the scarf in under the head and between the body. So here is a completed Snowman and Snowwoman wind spinner. I hope you would crochet this along with me. Please show your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.